lost another family member yesterday.
Nash County Sheriff Dick Jenkins remembers his deputy killed in the line of duty. Hello everyone, I'm Jim Needleman. Alan and Amanda have the night off. We begin with continuing coverage of the killing of Nash County Deputy Warren Lewis. The 38-year-old was shot and killed while attempting to serve a warrant on 2 murder suspects at a home off of Lenore Drive in Kinston. Someone inside the home fired through the door and hit Lewis more than once. He died a short time later at Lenore Memorial Hospital. 9 on your sides, Chris Brown begins our team coverage tonight. He joins us live from the scene in Kinston. And Chris, one of the big questions in all of this is just why it happened.
Yeah, it sure is, Jim, and it's one law enforcement on the ground told me earlier today they will not rest until they have it answered. 5 people were arrested in connection with this shooting, one of them just 14 years old. A law enforcement source told me earlier today the bullet that killed Lewis actually went through a side, unprotected part of his bulletproof vest. Deputies said it happened so fast they didn't even have a chance to fire back. A sentiment echoed by everyone.
I've worked with a lot of excellent men and women, and he's as good as you get.
Deputy Warren Lewis wasn't just a good man, he was the best of the best. Lewis was at this home on Lenore Drive serving a warrant on these 2 men. Lamont Bird and Keon Dale were wanted in connection with the June 2nd murder of Thomas Hinton. Both men surrendered yesterday after the shooting, along with 3 others, Divine Slade and Marietta Boyd. One more is considered a juvenile. Investigators had served a search warrant on the home earlier in the day and found no one home, but inside they found a cache of weapons.
We believed at that time they may be on the scene, and so you had extra officers, extra security, extra protection.
20 officers, in fact, but when law enforcement returned to the home late yesterday afternoon, there were only 4.
They were actually leaving the area when the shots were fired.
From inside the home, sending a barrage of bullets through the front door, one of them fatal. Lewis was a part of a fugitive task force in eastern Carolina designed to pool law enforcement resources to help smaller forces manage crime more efficiently. He was on loan from the Nash County Sheriff's Department.
They trained together, they worked together.
They were a team, one that now leans on each other, knowing one of their own was taken far too soon.
People just take a minute out and say thanks for what he does and what a lot of others do, what he did.
You can see a bouquet of flowers now taking the place of the crime scene tape that was once here. All 4 adult men had their first court appearance today. Bird and Dale, both charged with 2 open counts of murder. The other 2 men, 1 open count of murder. All 4 held in the Lenore County Jail tonight with no bond. And Jim, I talked with the Nash County Sheriff earlier today. He told me he just talked to Lewis the other day, and Lewis was telling him how much he loved being a law enforcement officer.
Chris, is there any information from investigators yet in this case about how many of the people inside the home were actually shooting, and do they know who specifically fired the gun that hit Lewis?
Well, they don't, because the shots were actually fired behind the door as the deputies were walking away. I asked that question at the news conference earlier today. That's part of the investigation. That's what they're trying to figure out. They said that's why they arrested everybody inside, because right now it's just not clear. The SBI has taken over the investigation, though, and certainly they are working to find that answer.
That is the big question. All right, thanks so much, Chris Brown in Kinston this evening.